The Rescue on the Cliff. Beansun Village, a small village nestled on the mountainside, was famous for its steep cliffs and rugged roads. Among its residents was a boy named Nam who loved animals more than anything else in the world. He always spent his time caring for stray dogs and cats and often helped Uncle Than, the local animal rescuer. Nam had a deep bond with animals, often saying that they understood him better than humans did. Every evening he would feed the stray animals in the village, and they, in turn, seemed to recognize his kindness, following him wherever he went. One day, after a heavy rain, Nam heard from Uncle Than that a small puppy was trapped on a towering cliff outside the village. The puppy had apparently slipped and gotten stuck on a narrow ledge, unable to climb up or jump down. Without hesitation, Nam rushed to the scene. His heart pounded as he imagined the poor puppy shivering alone, helpless against the harsh environment. When he arrived, Nam saw a tiny golden-furred puppy trembling on the cliff, its tear-filled eyes full of fear. A crowd of villagers had gathered, but no one dared to act due to the perilous height. The wind howled around them, and the ground was still damp and slippery from the rain. Uncle Than shook his head and said, "We can't climb down there, it's too dangerous. Without proper equipment, we might make things worse." Nam clenched his fists. He couldn't stand by while the puppy suffered. The thought of it being cold, scared, and alone made his chest tighten. Watching the puppy grow weaker, Nam couldn't wait any longer. He quickly came up with an idea. Running home, he grabbed a sturdy rope, an old backpack, and some gloves to protect his hands. He tied the rope to a strong tree nearby and asked Uncle Than to hold the other end while he carefully descended. The villagers watched in tense silence, whispering prayers for his safety. Step by step, Nam made his way down the dangerous cliff. His hands gripped tightly onto every crevice, his feet cautiously feeling for footholds. He felt his breath quicken as the wind picked up, making the descent even more precarious. When he was just a few steps away from the puppy, he softly called, "Don't be scared, I'm here to save you." The puppy looked up, its eyes filled with hope. Nam carefully reached out, cradling the puppy in his arms before gently placing it inside the backpack. He could feel the rapid beating of its tiny heart against his chest. He whispered comforting words, hoping to ease its fear, but just at that moment, a small rock slipped, making Nam lose his balance. He let out a cry as the villagers gasped in horror. Reacting quickly, Nam grabbed onto a small tree branch jutting from the cliffside. His heart pounded, but he knew he couldn't panic. He took a deep breath, reminding himself that he had done more difficult climbs before. Regaining his composure, he checked the rope and slowly climbed back up. His arms ached, his palms burned, but he refused to let go. Uncle Than and a few young men helped pull him up, inch by inch. As soon as Nam and the puppy reached the top, the entire village erupted in cheers. The tiny puppy was trembling but safe. It nuzzled against Nam's hand as if expressing its gratitude. The villagers praised Nam's bravery, and Uncle Than patted his head with a proud smile. "You did well, Nam. But next time, be more careful and don't take such risks." Nam laughed, watching the puppy wag its tail happily. He knew he had done the right thing. From that day on, the little puppy became Nam's loyal companion, always by his side. He named it Lucky, believing their meeting was fate. Lucky followed Nam everywhere, even to school, waiting patiently outside for his return. The villagers admired the strong bond between them, often retelling the story of Nam's heroic rescue. As time passed, Nam and Lucky became inseparable. Every morning they would run through the village, greeting everyone on their way. Lucky, once a scared and helpless puppy, grew into a strong and playful dog, always protecting Nam as much as Nam had once protected him. One afternoon, Nam and Lucky were walking near the river when they heard faint cries. Curious, they followed the sound and discovered a litter of kittens abandoned in a box. Without hesitation, Nam carried them home, feeding them warm milk and ensuring they had a safe place to sleep. His heart swelled with joy, knowing he had saved yet more lives. News of Nam's kindness spread beyond the village, and soon people from nearby towns sought his help in rescuing animals in distress. Uncle Than, impressed by Nam's dedication, taught him more about animal care and rescue techniques. Nam dreamed of one day opening an animal shelter, a place where no stray would ever feel abandoned again. Years later, that dream became a reality. Nam, now grown, established the first animal rescue center in the region, providing food, medical care, and love to loved abandoned animals. Lucky, though older, remained by his side, the same unwavering companion he had always been. Whenever villagers visited the center, they would see Nam sitting under a tree, Lucky resting beside him, as they watched the rescued animals play. And every time someone asked about his journey, he would smile and say, "It all started with a puppy on a cliff." Hey there. You made it all the way to the end. This story must have touched your heart, right? So why not hit that subscribe button right now? Just one click and you'll help me create more meaningful stories like this. And don't forget to like this video if you think Nam's actions were truly inspiring. Turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next video. Thank you so much.